Because what are the other things that go on in our community? So divorce is created by what in many instances? Arguments and fights over
Money.
finances. Right? Could we lower the divorce rate in our community? The domestic violence, the upset, the stress. Right? When you think about the education in our community, could we impact the college graduation rates? Because of we'd have funds to send our kids to school. When you think about it, I mentioned the 4 years spending in prison looking at black males hopeless because they don't know what to do. Could we lower the crime in our community because of the work that we do? When you think about the home ownership rate, could we help our community to become homeowners, to see the value in that? Right? Could we start new businesses, Maggie, with the entrepreneurs having that startup capital to get going? Can we revitalize our communities and our neighborhoods because we get back to that pride that we have, our black pride in ourselves? See, that's the dream that I have. This is what this is working towards. So Jane said this was just a number, a milestone, a stepping stone to get there. This was just us getting on the same page, us coming together. And this is what I think, Kenny, this is meant to me. In the 15 years to see this team come together. We basically say, we're warriors in this fight against the root problem in our community, which we know to be the economics. Thank you. See, I'm thinking these warriors now are assembled as an army. This isn't a haphazard, lost troop of bandits. This is an army coming together. An army that's grown together. Well, when I see Justin come up behind you, that made me proud. You make me proud, brother. When I see Tiki and Maya, and the commitment and the conviction that you guys have, when I see the entire team, from Nation, from Everett to Maureen, standing on the shoulders of Alcina and Islands, and Cirilla McSween. Think about just 50 years ago how different our world was. You said it. Let's judge the progress from where we started. It's easy to be put down and say, what's wrong with y'all black folks? Y'all can't get it together. Right? But from where we started, 400 years of getting here. Think about this, 250 years. You take it back before that. Dr. Mackey said this morning, how many died on the shore before we even got on the boats? How many died in the waters just coming across? The 250 years here. So I think about how deep that is. And how many sacrificed for us. Right? I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine what they had to endure for 250 years. Then 100 years after that. What was I telling last night? See, some of us, my family's from the Caribbean. I was born in England. We've got Africans in America. But ours is just a slightly different story, right? We didn't have black men lynched in trees in front of our homes. We didn't endure the terrorism that went on for an additional 100 years. That once somebody got successful, they burned the business down. That you stepped up to vote and you would have put in jail. Just to think about what for 400 years this community has endured. And it was just a mere 50 years ago. Cirillo couldn't be in the office. All the things we take for granted. Could you imagine what it's to not even be allowed in the office because of the color of your skin? But he can rate the $1 Million Round Table that first year, building and supporting our community. See, this is what this calling is for me about. This is about taking the baton from all those folks that went before us. That's what it means to me. That's what keeps me up at night. And it's been tough. So my family has wondered, what are you doing? Right? Why don't you spend more time with the kids? It was work. Why don't you get a job where they're going to pay you more and you get, go home at 5? Watch the TV news like everybody else and watch the shows. But that's not how I was wired. That's not how I believe my life was positioned and placed in this world to have that impact. When I think about, time in prison, I never expected I would spend time in prison, but this was just sort of a means to an end, but I never saw the significance of that until now. To be reintroduced to Cirillo McSween before he passed. To get his confirmation of the path that I'm on, to say, I'm handing the baton to you to do this. The idea that we'll go to New Orleans and help after Katrina like everybody else does, we'll do our part. How significant that would be in seeing the impact in our community, that is just the cycle. That when I think about, the 400 years of many of the folks there that have not changed in that position. The homes, the neighborhoods that are just not thriving, are not moving to the next level because they're lacking so much guidance and awareness and finance. But it was so different to see our counterparts across the levee delivering checks and helping to rebuild over there. I never realized that was all part of the grand design to help get us here. And so, in putting the empowerment plan together, just the number, and as you said, the folks within the company that just so a brother who's never sold insurance is going to lead insurance salespeople on a campaign to do something that nobody's ever done before, to impact people who don't want to buy this stuff because they don't understand it. That's what you want to hang your career on? That's what you're saying is your vision in this world? He's crazy. Let's let him run with it. If anything comes from it, then fine, but let's let him run with it. And with all the doubt and all the naysayers, we stuck to it. And as we've gone on to chalk up these milestones now, to put 25 billion on the books, to put 30, now 35 on 162,000 lives, to now not have to apologize or to explain. This is just telling you what it is. We're doing it and it's working. And so folks, still say, so what happens when you hit 50? Is it done? Is it done? Y'all don't get it then. See, this is just the beginning of what's coming. We're saying 50, why not 500 billion? Right? Why not changing the entire face of our community, and the entire face of this country, the entire face of the world? Because you know what? I speak to folks from the Caribbean and say, we don't have that down here. There's blacks in Canada. So we don't have that over here. South America. How many have spent time in Brazil to see the poverty of the black folks in Brazil? Puerto Rico. You got it. Let's go back to Europe. Let's go back to Africa. The need of our community just to be taught and educated around what to do with our money. We have money in America. It's what we do with it. And you guys are the educators on that. So this is what these 3 days are about. First, to talk about, this message that is ready for us to take out, that folks have already started to hear, right? That they want to hear it. That when Larice Purnell said, I'm in the church And I'm helping to tell the people to get their credit right and their finances right, but they also need insurance. But let me tell you what they think of insurance agents. This is about us getting our mindset right and understanding how they want to be helped. You got me? That was about having the Black Friday movement show the video that we're helping to tell the story. You're going to leave bills or benefits? Because our people want to know. This is what this was about. This was about showing you that the message wants to be heard and needs to be heard by those outside who've heard it as they keep bringing it. The second day was about hearing from those who are doing it. You know, who are putting the town hall meetings together. Who can insure 130 lives in 4 months. Talking about this initiative. Right? It was about those folks who were able to deliver checks, thought they were doing the right thing, but realized that they weren't ready for the next level. Because that was what this day was about today. Do we understand what it takes to be great at this? Because to create $50 billion and give it away doesn't honor the legacy that we stand on. We're letting down those who went before us. If all we're going to do is fund more cars and just greater spending in our community. And or that other folks get to invest it or tell them where to put it. That's what this is about. How do we become the best at what we do? To see that the fruits of this labor that Cirillo talked about being handled by us. This is about really owning this. This is about understanding our piece in this. See, when I look around at 200 people in the room, do each of us own $1 million of insurance on ourselves? 3 million on ourselves. Because we have to own it to convincingly sell it. You've got to see what I'm saying about this, because it's not only about the money. This is about the mental empowerment, the consciousness that we're putting out there. Because when I look at my 2 children and know that I'm going to pass on millions to them, I talk to them differently. My 12-year-old, we're already picking his college. He already knows he's going. My daughter's doing photos of the pictures of the degree, like the degree on my wall. He's talking about being the CEO of a company. That's what he has these little games on the iPad, being the mogul and these type of things. But it's a different conversation, a mindset, because however I'm trying to empower them. Are you doing that with your children because you know you're going to create millions for them? It starts here. We've got to know we've got 200 million at least in this room, if not $500 million here for our communities, our New York Life family. That's what this is about. Then we could take it out to the rest. Then we could talk about, when the check gets delivered, what do I do with it? Here, Robert, this help me to reinvest this. And then Robert, help me get the mortgage broker so I can get a new house. Help me to get my other pieces of my dreams together. That's what this is about. This is about, I hope you got it. This was 3 days of pulling on you for courage and conviction to step out beyond where you are now. This is about being better than you are. Leading from the front. Seeing an army to impact our community. And about owning this mission that is ours and ours alone. No other company is doing this. Nobody else has it. The brother said, there's lots of conversation about what could be done, should be done, but a week later nothing happens. This is about taking this to the finish. Brother Justin said, this is about playing till the buzzer goes off. This is about running the race to the finish. I need you to stand with me this year and to get this $50 billion done. Let's blow out all records. Let's make an impact in our community that stands the test of time. Let's be remembered for the work that we do. But they look back 50 years, you can say like the guys on Rosa Parks' bus, I was there and made it happen. Let's create 50 billion and change the financial future of Black America. Thank you.
All right, now before we go, right? Questions, challenges, issues that you have relative to any final things with the hotel, right? Dana and those guys are on top of that. Everyone should be checked out. Please pay your incidentals if you had any, or it will be a shakedown later. And then sign the C.